Once upon a time in the bustling city of Crestwood, there was a determined student named Maya. Maya was preparing for her final exams, which were crucial for her future career. Despite her strong will and ambition, she struggled to focus on her studies for long hours. Every time she sat down to study, distractions seemed to pull her away. Her phone, social media, even the thoughts in her head. One day, feeling particularly frustrated, Maya decided to visit the library for a change of environment. The library was a quiet sanctuary, filled with the scent of old books and the soft rustling of pages. As she settled into a study nook, she noticed an elderly man, a librarian, arranging books nearby. His presence was calming, and he seemed to move with a serene purpose. "Excuse me," Maya called out. "Do you have any advice on how to focus better while studying?" The librarian turned to her with a kind smile. "Ah, the struggle to concentrate. I know it well. Let me share a story that might help you." Intrigued, Maya nodded eagerly. "I'd love to hear it." The librarian began. Many years ago, there was a young monk named Tashi who lived in a monastery high in the mountains. Tashi was diligent and eager to learn, but he found it difficult to focus on his studies. The tranquility of the mountains couldn't quiet the distractions in his mind. One day, the head monk, Master Rinzin, noticed Tashi's struggles. He called Tashi to his chambers and said, "Tashi, I see you are struggling to focus. Tomorrow at dawn, meet me by the river." Curious and hopeful, Tashi agreed. The next morning, they walked to the river together. The water flowed swiftly, and the sound was both soothing and constant. Master Rinzin handed Tashi a small, empty cup and instructed, "Fill this cup with water from the river without spilling a drop." Tashi was perplexed but complied. He carefully dipped the cup into the river and began his journey back to the monastery. Every step required his full attention to prevent the water from spilling. By the time he returned, his mind was entirely focused on the task. Master Rinzin smiled and said, "Just as you focused on the water, focus your mind on your studies. Eliminate distractions and dedicate yourself fully to the task at hand. Break your study time into small, manageable segments, just like the steps you took to carry the water. Rest in between, and soon you will find your concentration improving." Tashi took these words to heart. He began to study in focused intervals, taking short breaks to clear his mind. Over time, his ability to concentrate improved significantly, and he became one of the most learned monks in the monastery. The librarian looked at Maya with a twinkle in his eye. Like Tashi, you can train your mind to focus. Break your study time into segments, eliminate distractions, and take short breaks to recharge. Dedicate yourself fully to each segment, and you'll find that you can study for longer hours with greater efficiency. Maya felt a surge of inspiration. "Thank you. I will definitely try that." From that day on, Maya implemented the librarian's advice. She created a study schedule with focused intervals and short breaks. She put away her phone, found a quiet place to study, and immersed herself fully in her work. Gradually, her concentration improved, and she was able to study for long hours without feeling overwhelmed. When the final exams arrived, Maya was well prepared and confident. She performed exceptionally well, securing top marks in all her subjects. The story of Tashi and the wisdom of the librarian had transformed her approach to studying, helping her achieve her goals.